Welcome back to my next playthrough series. This time we're playing Alien: Fate of the Nostromo. And we're going to play with all 5 characters that come in the game because why not? Let's do it. They all start up here in the galley, which is just at the top of the board here. You can't quite see it. Miniatures are really, really cool. They're actually quite large, and they're extremely well done. We're going to go through every one of the characters here in a minute, so you'll take a look at them. We have Parker, we have Dallas, we have Brett, we have Lambert, we have, of course, Ripley. We also have an alien here starting off in the nest. So I've done most of the setup. So we have canisters out of the board, we have unknown tokens, we have scrap tokens, which can be used to craft things. We'll see how that works here in a second. And we also, because we're playing on a 4 or 5 player game, we start our crew morale here at the top. 2 ways to lose the game. If the crew morale ever gets all the way to this bottom red space where it says crew lost, we have such low morale, there's no way we can win the game, and we lose. The other way is if the Nostromo self-destructs and blows up, then we're all toast. So that's how it works. So yes, we have an alien that's going to be hunting us down. We have a bunch of missions we have to do, which is part of setup. We're going to get to that in a second. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So what we do is we have a deck of objectives. These are the basic objectives, and there are, I believe, 6 final objectives. So these, we're just going to shuffle up, and you deal out, these are all face up, you get 5, you get 1 per player plus 1. So we will be getting 6 objectives out. So I'm going to readjust the camera, we're going to go over to this side, we're going to shuffle these up again, and we're going to pull the first 6 objectives. There's 10 of them, and that's what we're going to have to try to complete before the final objective. Alright, so on the right side of the board here, we are going to set up our 6 objectives. And you'll see they're pretty straightforward as to what you need to do. You have to bring items to certain locations on the ship, and etc., etc. Alright, first of our 6 is crew meeting task. All crew members in galley have to be in the galley with at least 1 scrap token in each crew member's inventory. Ooh, wow, that's pretty nasty. Alright, so that's crew objective, or objective 1. Number 2. Prep the suits. We have to drop 2 coolant canisters in the suit storage room. And the art on this, I love the art of this game. It's so very good. Evocative of the movie. And the third objective, lots of objectives. We'll take our chances in the shuttle. Drop 2 coolant canisters in the docking bay. Okay, wow. Okay, and there's 6 coolant canisters that start the game on the board in different locations. Already set up as part of the setup. Where is it? Task, bring a flashlight to the med bay. Well, we're going to have to craft a flashlight. We don't just have one. We'll see how that works here in a second as well. It's 4. We have 2 more objectives. Drive them into the airlock. Bring an incinerator to the airlock. Okay, wow, lots to do. And our last objective, check the hypersleep chamber. Task, bring a motion tracker to the hypersleep chamber. Oh boy. All right, so that's what those are the 6 tasks, and of course the other 4, just go back to the box, we don't look at them. And we also have a final objective. And, I'm sorry, we've got 5 final objectives. And because we're playing a 4 or 5 player game, we just can pick any one of them. There are 2 that you can't pick if you're doing a solo game, which we're not. We're going to use all the characters. So, boom, we don't know what it is. This one gets revealed once we complete all 6 of those. The rest of these go back in the box. Alright, let's readjust back to the main board. And we're going to look at how the game plays, and we're going to look at each character. They have special abilities as well. Alright, so the game comes with 5 of these handy-dandy reference card sheets, and basically actions. So on each player mat, we're going to be, look, well, you can kind of see them here. So Dallas has like 5 actions, Parker's got 4 actions, etc. So actions, you can move 1 space, and moving a space means going across one of these black lines or going up a ladder to another location, etc. It's not that difficult to figure out. Pick up or drop is an action. You can pick up any number of scrap. You need scrap in the game, obviously, to craft items. You'll see that on the flip side of this card. You can pick up 1 item in a room, like a canister or something else, or you can drop 1 item. So we have to drop off 2 canisters in a couple of our missions, so each dropping of 1 canister is going to take 1 action. And you can drop any number of scraps. You can pick up any number of scrap, and you can drop any number of scrap. As a pick up, drop action, use craft, perform one of the following. You can use your special ability on your sheet. You'll see those in a second. You can use an item you have, which if the item itself is has a actionable item, or you can craft an item takes an action. And you can trade. You can give or take any number of items with other crew members in your space. Alright, and we have icons at the bottom. So scrap is that icon, move is this one, conceal, token, attack, morale. These come up on the lovely encounter deck, which is the second part of every player's turn after you perform all your actions that you want to. So here's a whole bunch of information. I'm not going to go too much into detail here as we craft stuff. We'll see how it works. So this basically, to get a motion detector, you need two scrap, 4 scrap for the incinerator, 2 for the flashlight, 3 for this, 3, 1, etc. Not available. So coolant canisters cannot be crafted. You can discard one in the workshop to get 2 scrap, but keep in mind, if you start getting rid of your canisters, you may need them for the final mission. And if you don't have enough canisters to complete the final mission, well, you're just going to lose. So there's that. And each one of these shows you how it's used, where, and whatever. So I'll let you read that if you want, if it's going to focus well enough, and we'll see it as we play the game. All right, we are now going to take a look at all of our characters, starting with Ripley. So our first player is going to be Ripley, of course, because Ripley. And then it's going to be Ripley, Lambert, Parker, Dallas, Brett, and we're just going to keep going in that order until we either complete the final objective by first completing all the 6 minor objectives, and not having our morale go to 0. So we'll see how that works. So let's take a look at Ripley and go on down the list. And I've decided to just do it this way. So here we have Ripley, and she's got 4 actions. Upper right-hand corner tells you how many actions. Her special action is spend an action, move another crew 1 space. And the artwork, absolutely beautiful. I don't know if they took an actual photograph images and then turned them into artwork, because this is not a photograph, it is actual artwork, or whether someone with mad skill actually painted all of these, because wow, if they did. Alright, so that's Ripley, and again, just awesome artwork. Lambert, 4 actions, and it says spend an action to look at the top card of the encounter deck. You may put it on the bottom of the deck, and she could do that as many times as she wants. So she has 4 actions. She could do it 4 times on her turn, but we probably need to get other things done. All right. And then we have Parker. And Parker is his special action. He has 4 actions. Spend an action, add 1 scrap to your inventory from the scrap pile. Use only once per turn. So he's just the scrap scrounger. And then we have Dallas, of course, the captain. He has 5 actions. He has no special abilities, but he has extra action. So 5 actions for him. That's an awful lot. Pretty good stuff. And last up, we have Brett. 3 actions. You're thinking only 3 actions? Yes, indeed. But it says reduce the cost of any item that costs 2 or more scrap by 1 scrap. Items don't take an action to craft. So he can craft items without spending an action. Really cool. All right, that's our crew. And yes, indeed. I don't know if there's anything else I need to mention about how the game plays. Rodney Smith, of course, from Watch It Played, has a Watch It Played, how to play Alien Fate and Nostromo, if you want to watch that. It's excellent. Goes through everything. So that's basically the setup. So certain rooms tell you in the setup what to do. So for instance, the garage here has a coolant canister, 2 scrap, and 1 of these hidden tokens, encounter tokens. When you enter a room with one of these tokens, you have to flip it over and see what's going on. You might get attacked by an alien. Jonesy the cat might scare the crap out of you. There's a bunch of stuff that happens. Well, basically that's the 2 things. Alien attacks you, or Jonesy, or nothing. We want to see nothing, because then we can get stuff done without being interfered with by the alien who is on the ship. All right, I think we're going to probably just do 1 turn. So we're starting with Ripley. So let's go ahead and figure out what we want to do with Ripley. All right, so we're all starting up here in the galley. It's Ripley's turn. She has 4 actions. Of course, she has no scrap. She has nothing. So we have to move out and collect stuff in the game. We do have 2 scraps sitting right here in Med Bay. But as you can see, it takes a while to get to some of these locations throughout the ship. So Ripley can give an action to somebody else. She can spend an action, move another crew member 1 space. I don't think she's going to do that at the beginning. She's just going to move herself out. And with 4 actions, very quickly, she's just going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and get herself positioned in the mother room. Because in the mother room is a coolant canister and 2 scrap. Of course, she's not going to be able to do anything with it now because she used all 4 actions to move, and she didn't use her special action to move anyone else. So what do we do after that? Well, what happens after that, once you've used all your actions, is you have an encounter card happen. So we're going to see, again, pretty quick game, not super complicated. I hope I don't mess anything up, but we'll see. Again, try not to. All right, so I shuffled the encounter deck, so you know I'm not cheating. Our first encounter is going to be, let me get my glasses on so I can actually see it. Boom! We have, all right, bunch of iconography and things happen here. So what do we have? And again, the artwork, just freaking amazing. I love it, love it. So the alien is going to move 1 space towards the closest crew member. So we're going to have to go out onto the board and do that. And if the alien encounters crew members, we are going to invoke the morale hit. But I'm pretty sure the alien is down in the nest, is not going to get anywhere near our crew members at this point. And then we'll take a look at the rest of this after the movement. All right, starting off pretty simple. The alien is down here in the nest, only moving 1 space. Crawls its way over here because that's really the only way it can go. And that's going to be it. All right, we're going to take a look at the rest of the card and see what else it tells us to do. All right, so I positioned the camera right here because the rest of the card is basically, it's quiet, very, very quiet on the ship. No one can hear you scream in space. All right, at the garage, we're going to add 3 scrap and an encounter token. Now, the garage already has an encounter token, so you do not ever have 2 encounter tokens, and you don't replace it. So it already has one. We're not going to put another encounter token in there, but we are going to add 3 scrap in there, which is actually really good. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the 3 scrap out of the stockpile. There's 20 total in the game. So we're going to add 3 more scrap into the garage. So it might be in somebody's best interest to get down to the garage and grab all of that scrap so we can start making incinerators and flashlights and all kinds of cool things. All right, that's basically Ripley's turn. I'm going to have to have a way to track this. I think we probably are going to do 1 more turn. That was super, super quick. At the beginning of the game, we're just sort of trying to get ourselves positioned to do things. So I think we're going to have Lambert go. So yeah, we'll do one more character's turn, Lambert, and we'll see what happens. All right, it's Lambert's turn, and she is right here. She, of course, is our navigator, and she's got 4 actions. And one of her special actions is spend an action. Look at the top card of the encounter deck, and you may put it on the bottom of the deck. We're going to spend 1 of her actions doing that. So we're going to look at the top card of the encounter deck. We can put it on the bottom if it's really nasty. And it is Order 937, Crew Expendable. The active crew member loses all scrap tokens. Shuffle all order encounter decks into the deck. If Ash is on the ship, we're not playing with the Ash variant. It increases the difficulty of the game. She's going to put that on the bottom because we don't want people losing their scrap token and shuffling all of them. So this is going to go to the bottom of the encounter deck. So that was a good time to find that one. Boom, gone. Lambert has 3 actions remaining. And she better hightail it somewhere because we need to collect stuff. She can try to get down here to the garage, but the alien is making its way up. So, oh boy, what do we want to do? I think we're going to, she's got 3 actions. She's going to move 3 times. And I think we're just going to have her go 1, 2, and do we want to go down the ladder? Yes, we do. I think we do. So there's 2 locations on the ship that have these arrows. The green arrow, this is going to go down the hatchway from the suit storage down into the equipment storage. So let's go ahead and have her take her final move to get down to equipment storage. And as you can see down here is the other arrow. So she climbs down the ladder and gets to the equipment storage. She has no actions remaining. There's a coolant canister here, though, that we kind of want to pick up, but that will be next time, next episode, when Parker goes, or her next turn, if the alien doesn't get to her first and chase her away. All right. It's going to be encounter card time now, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and we're going to take a look at that. All right, so at the end of every character's turn, of course, every player's turn, we have an encounter card, and you saw how it works, so we'll take a look at it. Oh, what? Order 937, meet in the infirmary. The active crew member moves to the med bay. Well, no! Well, I guess that's okay. If Ash is on the ship and no crew members are with him, move him 2 spaces. Okay, we're not playing with the Ash. So basically, Lambert, who is the active player, moves to the med bay. So she's not going to stay in equipment storage. She's going to move to the med bay. But the med bay has some good stuff in it, if I can remember where the med bay is. Maintenance. Oh, my glasses. Okay. Med bay. Oh, the med bay is right here. So she moves to the med bay. There's 2 scrap in the med bay, so she can pick that up next time. And that's it. So the alien didn't move at all. So you can see how quick this game can play. I'm going to leave it off there for today, though, because it kind of did all the setup and everything. And I suppose we should be looking at the... we got to be looking at our objectives. And 2 of our objectives are dropping 2 canisters in different parts of the ship. So I kind of want to... I was trying to get our characters to start picking up canisters as quickly as possible. We need to bring a flashlight to medbay, which is cool because Lambert can craft a flashlight with 2 scrap. And that will get rid of that objective. And all crew members have to meet in the galley with at least 1 scrap. We got lots to do, and that's even before we get to the final objectives. Anyway, thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is Alien: Fate of the Nostromo. We're playing a complete 5-player game, and we're going to see if we can complete our final mission, which is going to take a while, while hopefully our morale doesn't drop to 0, and we'll see how it happens. So thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next episode tomorrow. We'll continue on Alien: Fate of the Nostromo.